Boas video, short version. Previous version, I made 23 minutes long. I'm trying to keep this under 5 minutes. Boas surgery is a scam. Why is it a scam? Because the surgeons and all the vets lie and tell you that there's a 90+% success rate with a small chance that something could go wrong. It all goes wrong. There's nothing that goes right. The closer your dog is on the scale of 0 to 10, the more likely he will not survive or she will not survive. This is particularly true of Frenchies. It could very well be for other animals as well. I'm not familiar with pugs or other brachycephalic dogs that, with the pushed-in face, that what their effective rate. I can't imagine it's different at all. I'm pretty sure it's probably the same. But these surgeons that lie to you, specifically Jeffrey Seaman out here on Long Island, New York, who is a complete liar and did nothing but kill our dog for profit, and then took our dog and sent them from hospital to hospital to spread the money around to make them all a nice piece of change. They hide it under, we're doing the best for your dog, $8,000 for a 1-day stay in an oxygen tank. Are they kidding me? $8,000? That's a joke. Any rate, I implore you, if you are thinking about this surgery, please, I will tell you this, and I will tell it to you very, very quickly. Think of your dog on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 meaning he really doesn't need it, but you could get it if you want to. 10, he really, really, really needs it, and you should get it for him. Now, your dog could fall anywhere in that spectrum. I say anything under 3, think about it. I still wouldn't do it. Definitely wouldn't do it. But I would say, think about it. The closer to that 10 you get, the more likely your dog will not survive the surgery. If you're okay with that, go for it. But just know you will probably lose your dog, your cat, whatever the case may be with this surgery. They lie to you. There is no 90% success rate. I'm a member of French Bulldogs of Long Island. You can check them out on Facebook. On the search bar, type in Jabba. I'm going to try linking it below. I'm not sure if I'm going to be successful at it. But type in Jabba, J-A-B-B-A, just like Star Wars. And read his story and all the different people that have jumped on, and from anywhere from as little as 6 months, because they tell you this, the prime age is 6 months to a year. Bogus, not true. 6 months to a year is their prime window. And anything after that, they say you never know what the results are going to be. But from what I've seen, it doesn't matter. Everything from 6 months all the way up to 10 years, whatever the case may be, all the dogs have died. Every single one. 2, anecdotal evidence. I understand 40 some odd stories. 38 of them passed away. 2 survived. One had to spend $100,000+ to keep his dog alive, and the other one experienced marginal improvement, if any at all, for all this thousands and thousands of dollars of this surgery that they require. I strongly suggest the closer your dog is to that 10, the more likely he will not survive. Do your dog a favor, make him comfortable. Just know you're never going to have a very active dog, and be okay with it. Feed him soft food, nothing hard. Steak, sliced up steak, hot dogs, things that won't get stuck in their throat. Kibble, avoid it. It will get stuck. They will choke and potentially die of choking. So try and give them soft food. But do not do the surgery if you don't have to. And the odd thing is that the closer to that 10 they are, the more likely they need it, but the more likely they also will not survive. So please, I beg you, if you're going to do the surgery, ask the doctor to give you a list of 10 people that have done the surgery, that have done the surgery with him in the last 6 months. How many times he's done it in the last 10, and see if he's willing to let you get their information. Call them and see what happened with their dog. I guarantee you they won't do it, because I guarantee you the majority of those dogs have passed away. They'll tell you a whole bunch of different reasons. It was this or it was that. But the bottom line is, they know your dog ain't going to survive. They're going to pass you from hospital to hospital to hospital, because they probably think, you know what, guy's got money to do the surgery. The lady's got money to do the surgery. So odds are they probably have either good insurance or they got a deep bank account, and we can just spread them around and make ourselves a nice piece of change off of them while we're at it. So do yourselves a favor. Don't be a victim of these scam artists. Now, I'm not saying they're all scam artists. I know, listen, at the end of the day, these vets know that you're bringing in your dog for a $200 vet appointment ain't going to keep the lights on. What's going to keep the lights on is the guy who comes in and they milk him for 20 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand. That's what's going to keep the lights on. And what's going to keep the lights on is Boas surgeries that go badly. And most of them do. Do not be a victim of them screwing you over. Make sure you get good insurance if you're going to get pet insurance. If you're going to have a breed like a Frenchie that have lots of medical issues hereditarily, make sure your insurance policy covers hereditary conditions. All these companies have lists of things they will not cover, and most of them will not cover Boas surgery. Because it's considered a hereditary condition, and most of them don't deal with hereditary conditions. That's another scam in and of itself, that they can specifically tell you that dogs that have these conditions, they won't cover the condition. What are they going to cover then? Like just a nail clipping? But I digress. So what I found, looks like Trupanion is a good one for Frenchies. They do cover pre-existing conditions, and they have a really good rider for IVD. So if you got a Frenchie, look into them, but make sure you select a policy that covers hereditary conditions, because there are lots of them that our little Frenchies have, and most of them will suffer some sort of hereditary condition. This is the second video I've done. There's a longer one that you'll see on my page. It's about 20-something minutes long. I get into a little bit more detail. There's a quick one. Try to keep it, 6-7 minutes. To give you like a gist of what this is about. If you take away one thing from this video, do not do the surgery. And the more your dog needs it, the more it will probably kill him or her. So I beg you, on behalf of your dog and in memory of my dog, do not do this surgery. It will kill them. Regardless of what all these vets tell you that it's going to be 97%, it's not. It's 97% probable failure rate. They probably get away with it because the dog doesn't die immediately. It dies 3 days later at another hospital related to some other injury. So they can do a cause and effect and say, it wasn't us. Our dog survived the surgery. He left here alive. And maybe there's something to it, but you know what? That's where this all started, is with the surgery. They can blame whatever else they want, but it started with the surgery, that they knew that dog would not have survived regardless. So if you have a good vet, really, really get a good second opinion. Get some feedback. Ask your groups. If you don't belong to any groups, join a couple in your area. Get the feeler for what they're saying and who are used, any success rates that they can point to. But I can guarantee you, when you talk to these people and you start asking questions, you're going to be startled and shocked how many people's dogs do not survive the surgery. They'll blame everything from the Lusitania to Martians on another planet. But everything they'll say, it won't be the surgery that killed them. So do yourself a favor. Save your dog. Don't do the surgery if you don't have to. But if you do decide, just know the likelihood of your dog surviving, the more he needs it, the closer to that 10 he is, or she is, the more likely they will not survive the surgery. It's a sad fact that they will have probably suffered all kinds of things beforehand that will cause them to have issues that will cause complications for their recovery. So they will not survive. That's the bottom line. And I strongly suggest, do not do the surgery. Do yourself the favor, the emotional and physical pain and financial pain that will come from doing that surgery. If you have Trupanion or some of these other really good insurance companies and they're willing to do it, that's great. You may not have the financial burden, but you will have the emotional burden of knowing you did the surgery and your dog is no longer with you. I could care less about the money. That doesn't matter to me. I want my dog back. I wish if I can go back in time, I would never have done that surgery. And I do the best I can to make sure other people, I tell them the same thing, do not do the surgery. Now, try hit that like button down below so this video can get around a little bit. And do yourselves a favor. Don't do the surgery. Do not do the surgery. Also, to the people out there that really want to do the surgery and you're hell-bent on doing it, God bless you. I suggest you don't do it. You will not have a good outcome. If you do, God bless. I hope everything works out well, but you probably will not. Sadly, that's the reality of these surgeries, regardless of what all these doctors say. I can care less what they say. I can tell you myself personally, it's a scam. They know the dogs will not survive. The more they need it, they know the dogs will not survive it. But to them, it's a moneymaker. The fact that they have a really bad one, if you have a really bad dog, they know that they're going to make a lot of money on that dog. And they will push for that surgery as hard as you could possibly imagine. If the dog survives, great. If not, even better. So do yourselves a favor. Do not do the surgery. Don't do it. Don't do it. Make the dog comfortable. Let him live out however long he has or she has. Feed him the soft food. Deal with all the little minor inconveniences you're going to have, because if you get that surgery done, they will not survive. Like I said, if you got any questions or comments, put them down below. The butcher that did my dog surgery, his name is Jeffrey Seaman, here on Long Island. If you see him, run the other way. Matter of fact, get on a plane and go away. The butcher factories were the Hampton Hospital out in Spionk, I think it's called. The second one was East End out in Riverhead. They were okay, but they were part of the money machine. And then the final butchers who actually killed him were VMCLI out on West Islip or Islip, wherever the hell it is. They were the final butchers of this whole thing. And I hold them personally responsible on top of everybody else, especially the butcher. They broke, well, watch the main video, you'll see what I'm talking about. And do yourselves a favor, do not do the surgery. I can't tell you enough not to do the surgery. Nothing good will come of it, I promise you. You will regret it, and you're going to think back on this video, and you say, why didn't I listen to that big guy out there and not do the surgery? Don't be that guy. Just say, thank God I saved my dog. I saw that video. I didn't do the surgery, and we're still here. Even if he lives to 6, 7, 8 years old, that's fine. You know, that's okay. Don't live with that guilt. They say, oh, if I got the surgery, he might have lived long. No, he wouldn't have. He'd have lived exactly 3 to 4 days after you had the surgery, and that would have been it. Don't live with that guilt. The guilt is going to come for me, that I'm going to have to go the rest of my life knowing that that poor dog suffered so, and it was such a brutal ending. I was a basket case for over a week after what I saw with my 2 eyes, with what that poor little guy went through. Never will I recommend that surgery to anyone under any condition. I don't care what any doctor says. If you're a vet, you comment down below. I'm going to tell you right now, GFY. Okay? Tell you right now, GFYF. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care if you've done 10,000 surgeries and 10,000 survived. I don't believe you. Starters. Anyone else? If you're going to get the surgery, cancel it. They will tell you that you got to pay a $2,000 surcharge for not doing the surgery and taking up that time. Tell them to go crap in a hat and wear it, because you ain't got to give nobody nothing you didn't get service for. Now, again, do yourself a favor. Do not do the surgery. I know I said I was going to make the video shorter, but oh well. It's 15 minutes. A lot of emotion involved in this. But do not do the surgery. Any questions? Put them down below. Do my best to answer them. Have a great day.